I'm down in our study room to introduce the San Diego Museum of Art's photography collection, and I want to do so with the work here of Arnold Newman. I've chosen here the work of an American modernist, but indeed the collections are very vast and very varied. It happens to be, however, that work like this, photojournalism, that is to say, in this case produced for Henry Luce's Life magazine, is one of the great strengths of our photo collection. And so I'm happy here to share with you these three portraits of artists whose work is also held in our collection. Pablo Picasso, Georgia O'Keeffe, who is well represented in our galleries upstairs, and Frank Stella. And these are portraits of the kind that Newman himself described as environmental portraits. What he meant by that was portraits, particularly of artists, which are really among his most famous and iconic images, that not only present us with the artist's sometimes very famous and familiar features, but rather in some kind of a creative context, you might say, that evokes their own practice. So it is that we find Picasso here photographed in his studio. We recognize this because of the stacked canvases in the background of the photograph. So we're witness to the kind of the almost obsessive, you might say, production, and indeed the sort of the preservation and hoarding, not only of his own work, but of the materials and bric-a-brac of the studio that were Picasso's frequent source of inspiration.